Hi good people, welcome to the world I live in, where it's all about personal growth and development. Well, if you are here for the first time, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Do click the subscription button, the notification button, that you'll be the first to know when our videos are uploaded. In today's video, I have a guest, a friend of mine, and it is going to be very, very interesting. I want to welcome you, Jo, to the show. Will you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. My name is Josephine O, Zhane. I don't know what I would like to call myself, but I'm very passionate about mentoring the young girl. When it comes to the career perspective, I am highly experienced, I would like to say, in a knowledge management and communication. Thank you.
Thanks, Jo. I know Jo has been around for some time, and I think it's very interesting that, and we would like to know, share with us a bit of your career path.
Oh, this sounds like I'm at, at an interview. Well, over 10 years ago, I started out as, what can I call it, as a journalist, broadcast journalist. I worked for UBC, I worked for WBS. By then, WBS was the only TV station this country had, and it was top. I played a major role there as I headed the productions and the features at that point in time. And later on moved to NTV, where I didn't spend so much time, but we were the maiden team that moved to NTV, and I crossed over now into the broader communication world, away from journalism, because at school you study journalism and communication, or mass communication, like others love to call it. So I got into the broader communication world, and I've worked for corporate organizations, non-government organizations, and now I'm into the development world, because I believe as you work, you have to grow, and I never let myself stay somewhere. I have to get to the helm of it.
Looking at your career path, it's been a path of more of in communication. You've been out in the media. It's quite interesting that at a certain point, you choose to step out and do something else. And that is basically what we want to talk about today, mentorship. Mentorship. You know, I've heard about mentorship before, as most people have, most probably most people have, but you would hear about mentorship at a higher level in our places of work, in our career path and career growth. But then here you come, and you are interested in mentoring the young people. So what has propelled you to move into mentoring young people? In the beginning, things were happening. I was mentoring unknowingly. Whereby, those days you have your office, and before you know it, lunchtime, younger people are coming, and they're talking to you about certain things. And then, as life goes on, you're meeting people for coffee in the evening, and you're uplifting them in certain ways and following up. Now that's when I took a deliberate effort. But even when I took on a deliberate effort, I wasn't sure if what I was doing was actually right. So it is something that I brought before God in 2017. I thought my career in communication was the passion, was the thing, because I love it. And when you love something, you do it with all, and you excel at it. But I was like, God, what is my calling? I took time off, and I'm like, God, talk to me about my calling. And that's amazing.
So
your calling.
I took up the 2017, and it came out clearly. Mentorship. And not just for everyone, but for the girl child. Because when you look at what mentorship is, for instance, a mentor is someone who is guiding a less experienced person, through their life, through career, through business, and it has to be done with
positive behavior traits that a mentor passes on to a mentee. And it brings out attributes of trust, because a mentee is able to trust you and depend on you, and you have to be very authentic towards a mentee as a mentor. And these are some of the attributes that come through. So all those were, I'm like, am I gonna do this? Can I do this? So anyway, I had to take it on. 2017, 2018, I'm like, God, no, I still want to be sure. And he took me back, and this time it came in a whole different dimension. Yeah, so that's when now I reached out to another mentor who was already in the industry, and of course had to seek their mind on certain things. And up to today, he's been quite helpful in walking this journey with me.
That's very interesting. Before we actually delve into what you are doing, there's something pertinent that you said, that you had to seek God for confirmation of your next phase.
Yeah.
You know, we always get into things, and we just get into them haphazardly without any confirmation of whether that's what we're supposed to do, or I just feel I should be doing this. Why do you think it's important for somebody, before they step into anything, they should first seek guidance, either from God or from an experienced person, either their spiritual leader, or either of those two, either it's God or somebody who is experienced in that area? Why do you think that's important?
The importance will always vary from one character to another. Personally, the growth I've gone through walking with God, trying to seek him and know who he is, and based on how far he has brought me, I can't get into that. It's immense. I felt that was a point for me. But again, there is this thing of, do people really hear from God? And yet in reality, the Spirit lives with us, you know, is with us. It just never forsakes us. I'm like, no, this is a point at which I need to. Let me also try it. And vividly it came, bang.
It speaks to you.
Bang. And
how is that feeling when you
know
beyond any reasonable doubt that this is really God speaking to me, guiding me and leading me, and you are so sure? How is that experience?
For me, it gives me the confidence. If anything, I draw my confidence from him. Even through the journey, I keep saying, is this like, and then he'll come and actually give me the answer. It gives me the confidence to just keep moving. And then to just trust in him. For me, it is giving me that attributable growth that my trust cannot be put in a barrel of soup or in a horse that is going to rage mountains, but it has to come back to him. However fast, however slow, his timing is going to be perfect. So it's about the confidence and trust that he gives me, that even no hair is going to fall off
your hair,
and he will not know.
That's very beautiful. You know, I'm asking Joe about God. Why? Simply because, especially for us corporates, us who appear to be getting it in life, having it in life, well knowing that this is given to us by God, we never want to come out and witness that it's really God who is doing it. We will acknowledge God from the background, but it's very difficult. Very few do come out and say clearly and openly that this is coming from God. So in this video, we would like also for people to know that actually acknowledging God in everything that you do is something that is very powerful. And by you acknowledging God, you are witnessing about God's power, God's grace, his sufficiency, and everything that comes with God. So do not be embarrassed about talking about your God and what he does for you. It's a beautiful experience, as Josephine has just said, that confidence, knowing that even if one hair falls off, he knows it. Knowing that nothing that happens in your life goes on without him knowing it. He's got your back.
Indeed.
So what would you advise? What would you advise, especially our colleagues who are out there in the corporate world, who are really going through so much, and most probably one of the things that they fear is coming out and talking about. Some are going through so much that is negative, while others have a lot of abundance, but they may not want to talk about it. What would you advise them? Looking in that camera.
Straight on. You know, there are moments in life, if you have not gone through I would like to call it a comparison of life. A life without God and then a life with God. And then the attributes, the benefits that come with both lives. Personally, I have had the life. A beautiful life.
The life.
The life, which is, at the end of the day, really, really empty of luxury, hangouts, do the kind of things, you know, you're in the limelight, you are a celebrity at some point. Actually, that reminds me, I've been a celebrity, okay, well, you still sit in a taxi, and then you move to an episode or a phase of getting to know God or just walking with God. It doesn't matter at what level it is, and indeed, the benefits have been clear because you go on your knees and you're like, God, this, and this. And at his time, this, and that actually comes to pass. Why not step out? Because every time I have actually attributed what I have received of God or have become of God, much more has been added onto me. And there is no way I may cease doing that. So, my dear, beautiful people out there, I like to just draw you at the fact that it is very, very, very rewarding just sharing that it is God that is moving with you, that is doing what he's doing in your life. Yeah.
Well, always keep testifying of the goodness of God. Never be ashamed of what God is doing for you, because God is doing tremendous, tremendous, tremendous things for us. In this video, yes, Jo is here to talk about mentorship, but she also acknowledges that her journey has been a journey of faith, her discovering who she is, and by discovering herself, she did that by walking with God. So it's important that we talk about the journey and where it is leading her to. She has not yet arrived, but she is on a journey going somewhere.
True.
Watch out for our next video where Jo delves deeper into what mentorship is and why you need a mentor, why your child needs a mentor, and what she does in her mentorship sessions. See you.
Thank you.